Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to dive into the character sheet of Cyclops, Scott Summers. At least for me, he is the greatest leader of the X-Men, who has had a fascinating evolution over the years, from being a Boy Scout to a deadbeat dad to revolutionary, then being the host of the Phoenix. And during the Krakoan era, Cyclops had like a very interesting situation going on there too. But this character sheet is going to focus on Scott Summers up until the early 90s. So let's get into his powers and abilities. His intelligence is normal. His strength, speed, stamina, durability, agility, and reflexes are all athlete. He has had extensive hand-to-hand combat training. In other special skills and abilities, it is established that he is a very experienced tactician and strategist. Now, for superhuman physical powers, Cyclops is very much known for his optic blast, which is a form of energy projection that comes out as pure concussive force. Now, in special limitations, it establishes that due to a brain injury, Cyclops cannot control his optic blast. So that's why he has to use special glasses or visors that are ruby quartz. So that helps him keep his powers in check. And obviously the origins of said powers come from the fact that he's a mutant. Now, in significant issues with Cyclops, they sort of change things up here because they go through Cyclops' past and history in like a chronological order and not in the order they were published. So the first issue referenced is Uncanny X-Men issue 156. So this is the issue where Cyclops gets that brain damage that we mentioned earlier when he jumps out of the plane with his brother. I don't remember the parachute gets set on fire or gets entangled. The thing is that they have a really rough landing, and Scott hits his head pretty hard on the ground. Then the next issue is Classic X-Men issues 41 and 42. Scott and Alex both end up in this orphanage that's under the control of Mr. Sinister, and he puts in mental blocks in Cyclops' mind. Then in X-Men issues 38 to 42, Scott runs away from this orphanage. He actually battles this villain called Jack O'Diamonds. Later on, he's discovered by Charles Xavier, and he is enrolled into his school. Then we jump to X-Men issue number 1, that with the titular team, they battle against Magneto. Then X-Men issue 3, where we have Scott and his teammates having to deal with the Blob. Also in this issue, Scott starts his romantic relationship with Jean Grey. In issue 4 of the same series, our Merry Mutants battle for the first time the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Then in X-Men issue 7, he is appointed leader of the team. Now, I made a mistake. In issue 3, Cyclops doesn't start a relationship with Jean Grey. He feels attracted to her because in issue 32, that's where he starts his relationship with Jean Grey. So sorry for screwing up there. Then we have Giant Size X-Men number 1, where he helps train the new team. Then in X-Men issue 94, even though we have a new team, Cyclops stays on as the leader. Then in X-Men issues 107 to 108, he encounters for the first time Corsair, which he has no idea is his father. Then in issue 138, he decides to leave the X-Men. Then in issue 144, Cyclops has a run-in with Man-Thing and has to deal with despair. Then we have Uncanny X-Men issue 150, where he rejoins the team. Then in X-Men issue 154, Cyclops discovers that Corsair is his father. Then in issue 175, he marries Madeline Pryor. Then in issue 201, Cyclops battles Storm for the leadership of the X-Men, and he actually loses. Then we jump to X Factor number 1, where he basically reunites with all the original members of the X-Men and make a new team. In X Factor issue 36, Cyclops discovers that Madeline Pryor is a clone of Jean Grey. In issue 39, Cyclops discovers that the orphanage that he was brought up in was under the control of Mr. Sinister. And the last issue that we have here is X Factor issue 68, where his son Nathan is infected by this techno-organic virus by Apocalypse, and this is going to lead to Cyclops having to send his son to the future so he can be cured there. So that's the last appearance that we have on this character sheet. So we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.